Welcome to Reunion Arena in Dallas, and as they say in the old days, this joint is jumping. First home playoff game for the Mavericks in 11 years. In Game 3 between the Jazz and the Dallas Mavericks.
They catch up ever since.
Malone inside. Marshall had a strong Game 1 with a double-double.
20 points per game in this series. Has not been able to get to the hoop and penetrate.
Dirk Nowitzki for three. And perhaps no one needed to get off to a better start for the Mavericks than Nowitzki.
Which has been horrific for Dirk. Remember, he's just 22 years old. Beautiful pass, Stockton, and Utah looks extremely sharp.
Russell off the Howard miss. Stockton flips it up. Nowitzki, the rebound. He led the team not only in scoring, but in rebounding during the regular season.
Well, who's going to get a rebound for Dallas? Karl Malone out again.
And Malone inside for an easy two. And then he gives a little bump to Bradley right down the floor.
That's your 91 free throws. Karl Malone up in the passing lane. A wild cross-court errant pass by Nowitzki. Karl Malone finishes. Then when he turns around to run back up the court, Sean Bradley runs right into him. That ejection later rescinded by the NBA.
Nowitzki with three on the shot clock. Knocks it down. Dirk Nowitzki.
To his game, he's found a safe haven here in Dallas.
Stockton puts it in. John Stockton. Bradley goes down hard as he tried to deny Marshall. Malone strong, and Bradley with a hard foul, and Malone gets hit in the face, a flagrant foul.
There's no place whatsoever. Jerry Sloan up off the bench.
Karl Malone right here.
Inexcusable play by Sean Bradley. Karl Malone loves to finish and drive left. Sean Bradley just comes and makes no attempt whatsoever on the ball.
For Utah. So Bradley will be on the bench for quite some time with three personals. Donyell Marshall with his second field goal.
Bradley has three personals. Kind of contribution you can, but you can never lose emotional control, and that's what the Mavericks have done early.
Marshall. Stockton on the offensive rebound.
He's just quicker to the ball and has been throughout the series.
Looking for Howard. 6 on the shot clock. Malone, excellent defense. Howard gets it back. And Malone the rebound.
And they're playing an inside-out game. They have found it after struggling down the stretch in the regular season.
Karl Malone hits another.
Set some screens in the open court for him.
Nash, feet inside to Booth. Couldn't handle it at first. Shot blocked by Polides. Second effort by Booth. Nowitzki stepping on his teammate. Somehow gets it up and a foul. A terrific play by Nowitzki and a chance for a three-point play.
Dirk Nowitzki working on the offensive glass. Pass a little low to Calvin Booth, who has been playing with the deer in the headlights approach in his first NBA playoff experience.
But a big part of Nowitzki's struggles. Nowitzki, another open three. No good, but a foul. And he will shoot 3 free throws as Marshall ran into him. Howard off the Malone miss.
They finally find Nash in transition.
Howard stepping up, knocking it down. Teams of the NBA as they lead by 6. Marshall inside. Nice adjustment and patience from Marshall.
John Stockton's on the bench. Yes, Vaughn's defense has been exemplary.
Oh, goodness gracious. A change Nowitzki. He is really aggressive on the offensive end.
Dirk Nowitzki, one of those gym rats, the guy that just lives to play basketball, lives for on his jumper. Seems to have paid off.
Vaughn with the foul. Jack Vaughn picking up his second already. Just to the game on the floater. Malone, excellent hustle, knocks it out of bounds, but his deflection off Nowitzki hit Malone, and it's Dallas ball.
The Jazz have fallen apart since John Stockton went to the bench, and Jerry Sloan is going to patiently wait it out. Karl Malone fiercely competing for that ball. The ricochet off the shoulder of Dirk Nowitzki. Maverick ball. So defending always the top perimeter player for the opponents of the Jazz.
Nash setting up Nowitzki for 3. It's good. Dirk Nowitzki, 16 points. Here, decision on the pass, threw it in a crowd. Polides, it'll count if it goes. Looked like Nowitzki got a piece of it. Empty confines of Reunion Arena. Nowitzki with the 16 points. Mavs an 18-4 run in the last 4.5 minutes, and they lead by 9.
Finally, Stockton back into the game, and things seem to settle down instantly.
Manning, pretty fake inside, and a goaltend on Booth. Well, Finley, a long three. Stockton runs down the rebound.
The read of the long rebound. John Stockton, just absolutely exquisite at what he does on that play.
Malone off the mark. Howard the rebound. Again, that was the big problem in the first 2 games, but they're trying to just play. Felt it was an enormous distraction for them.
What defense by Stockton.
Finley, tough shot, won't go.
Teaches you is how hard it is and how great you have to play and how a 4-on-2 when the Jazz can't convert.
Nowitzki. Long rebound comes out. Howard. Little helter-skelter on this possession, and Nowitzki misses again.
Come down for Howard Isley. Used to play for the Utah Jazz and now won't even take a wide open shot.
Manning, meanwhile, does.
He'll look back on his career and say, why did it take me so long to get to the Utah Jazz?
A technical foul has been called on Juwan Howard after the personal foul. Howard kind of held on to Malone's jersey. Malone talking to Howard now.
Well, there's
Stockton trying to keep Malone away from the officials.
Item for position on the court. Beautiful back cut.
This time it's Malone to Stockton, who gets it easy too.
Above the rim with Carl, who's competing in transition.
Tough shot from Steve Nash. Nash with 6 points in his groove. Nowitzki had 16 points in the first half, as yet to score in the first quarter. I say yet to score in the second as Malone knocks down another.
And that explosion you expect from them. Can they sustain it though?
Nowitzki, nice fake, gets inside. An exclamation point at the end, and Nowitzki with 18 points.
Who is a full 7 feet, plays his best in the post when he's facing up. His back to the basket game is not that good. Just torches Donyell Marshall here, and the strong finish. Nothing even Karl Malone can do about it.
Playing very aggressively here in game 3. Nowitzki running the floor, and a blocking foul call on Jacques Vaughn.
And the Mavericks fax machine was overwhelmed. They had to unplug their own office fax machine.
Nash, count it, and one. Steve Nash playing well here in the first half with 9 points.
How could you not love the way KJ played?
Some of his opponents may not have liked it. Manning able to hit it. Feature yesterday. He has that much respect for Stockton at age 39 to still be doing what he's doing. Nowitzki blocked by Marshall, but a foul. 2 fouls on Marshall. Isley spots up. And Stockton tracks down the rebound. Stockton has 6 rebounds. Russell inside. Pretty reverse move from Brian Russell. Says, hey, I got hit in the head. 7 rebounds here in the first half.
The nightmare for Howard Isley continues.
Manning with that little push shot that he does so effective. 4-second difference between shot and game clock. Finley, tough angle. Does not get there. All Nowitzki tips it in. Shot clock turned off. Final possession of the first half.
Jazz are getting pushed under their own defensive backboard.
Malone hits the 3 at the buzzer. Karl Malone from downtown. His first 3-point attempt of the series. And Malone finishes it off in dramatic fashion for the Utah Jazz. But it's the Dallas Mavericks that really perform well in the first half. Facing elimination, Dirk Nowitzki coming up huge in the first half. 24 points for Nowitzki. He did it from everywhere, Bill.
He has certainly battled off the intimidating presence that suffocated his game early. Now he's got it going.
And coming up after these messages, Ahmad, PJ, and KJ standing by in New York with net 0 at the half. Dallas leading by 8. You're watching the NBA on NBC.
Made of Dave Cowan, John Havlicek, and Paul Silas. Our congratulations to Silas in their fine victory over the Miami Heat.
That's a 3. Nowitzki off the mark. Stockton the rebound.
Haven't heard a lot of the players here referring to John Starks' problem as minor surgery.
Offensive foul on Stockton.
Flagrant foul on Karl Malone in the opening moment.
That was his 3rd personal, so he sat down and only played 5 minutes. Another whistle. They're going to count the basket. They're going to call an illegal defense, but apparently the shot attempt was just prior to the call.
And has now moved ahead of John Stockton in that critically important battle of the point guards.
And Malone answers back.
Impact on the game.
Nowitzki puts it in. Dirk Nowitzki continues his good shooting.
Coming right at him.
Here's Bryant. Malone gets right by him very easily. Ryan has a word for Nowitzki as Proud has settled in a bit. Again, this is the first home playoff game in 11 years for these Mavericks as Malone now with 20 points and the lead cut to 5.
Player, a terrific prospect, but you have to anticipate they're coming to Karl Malone. Defensive block by John Stockton.
And the Jazz will take over. Another three, already has one, well short, and Nash the rebound.
Calvin Booth is hurt. He can't get up and down the court.
Nash, oh, and a shot from Nash.
Steve Nash, who was forced to play a perimeter game, has been able to get by John Stockton. What hand did he shoot that with? That was a left-handed shot.
Beauty. And this year he's been healthy. That's been the bottom line for Nash. If he's healthy, blocking foul called on Stockton. And Stockton has 3 personals.
There's a lot of blood here. This is a tough call that goes against John Stockton.
Nash's forehead is bleeding.
Well, Nash is going to have to go and get a ton of treatment here because the head collision and John Stockton trying to find out what planet he's on here. I just don't see how that's a defensive foul. John Stockton is stepping right in there. So was that close?
Philly's first foul. Malone deep in the paint again. When he gets it down that far in the post, forget it.
Of Steve Nash's absence is going to be very difficult.
Malone, count it.
And one.
And a foul. Karl Malone. Oh, wait a minute. They're going to say before the shot. Malone is infuriated.
They got to count this basket. They're going to count it. Yeah.
Up with a steal. Nowitzki, alley-oop for Howard, who made a wise decision not to go. And makes a wiser decision on the shot.
Activity and imagination. That's the Mavericks game.
Marshall. Nice pull-up from Marshall. And Daniel Marshall having a strong game. He's
generally flawless.
Russell. Wide open. Puts it in, and they've tied it up. The Jazz have come back from 13 down against Bradley. Drives by him. Running shot from Malone. Won't go. Malone's tip misses, and Nash the rebound. Nash, beautiful feed to Howard. And the lead back to 11.
Game on the offensive glass. And here's Nash again.
And
that's a tough fifth foul on Stockton on that play.
Stockton upset. He's got 5 personals. Howard stripped by Malone, picked up by Russell. John Crotty and David Benoit in the game. Nowitzki looking to post up immediately. Draws the foul. Ball rattles in and out.
The ability to just step through and overpower David Benoit. They're coming right back to that matchup. And Jerry Slow.
Lead back to 9 for Dallas. Stockton, just like that, gets up off the bench. Nowitzki fouled by Manning.
On the lane, and the punishing offensive low post game of Juwan Howard has been the difference.
Stockton, nice fake, able to bank it in as Nowitzki went up in the air. Without the big play of the bench, will fatigue become a factor down the stretch?
Not at home.
Manning puts it in. The crowd played him beautifully, and here comes Stockton and the Jazz. Trying to draw the foul. Tough shot from Stockton. And again, it's a 5-point game. Stockton with 8 points, 9 assists, and a career-high 10 rebounds.
John, who hasn't had the quickness today that he had in games 1 and 2, certainly able to deliver a tough runner off the glass.
And the Jazz still in it as they try and eliminate the Mavericks.
Steve Nash has been quiet since the opening moments of this quarter.
Nowitzki stripped but fouled. And Nowitzki will shoot 2.
With the trapping defense changing all the time. Don Nelson trademark beautiful.
Stockton backdoor off Malone's screen. Last playoff game at Reunion as they'll move to a new arena next season.
Clear out for Nowitzki. Let him go one-on-one.
Nowitzki puts it in. Tough shot from Dirk Nowitzki. And he's
early on, but he certainly answered all those this afternoon.
He's got 33. Manning answers back with a 3. He hit the huge 3 in game 1. Stockton, by the way, got his first career triple-double on that last assist. Malone shot won't go, but a foul. And Karl Malone will shoot 2 free throws.
That again.
Stockton gets around Nash. Feed to Malone. Malone. Shot won't go, but a foul as he goes down hard. And Karl Malone will go back to the free throw line. Getting in. Howard off the mark. Marshall rips it down.
Too many fakes.
Here come the Jazz with a chance to take the lead. Stockton gets inside. Puts it in. And the Jazz have their first lead since the first quarter.
He won in the first quarter.
Nash driving. Tough shot from Nash. It's good. Steve Nash puts the Mavericks back up by one.
No timeout taken.
Stockton looking. Marshall couldn't handle it, and Finley comes up with it. And they foul Finley. Daniel Marshall couldn't handle a pass.
Stockton wrong foots Steve Nash here, just leaves him hanging helplessly. Steve Nash comes right back with an extremely difficult fadeaway shot to put them right back up. Call smothering him.
Finley rattles in the second.
So now Utah takes the timeout. Much play here. That's John Stockton, that's Danny Manning, that's Brian Russell, and Karl Malone.
Stockton, the three won't go. Rebound, Nash. And the Mavericks hold on and win. Dallas lives to play Game 4 here on Tuesday. Their season is not over just yet.